What's up, beautiful people? Listen, Sindafam, welcome to the channel. Today we're going to be checking this video and it's titled Prince Harry is not really welcome in the UK. Interesting. I'm excited to check this one out to hear what they've got to say. Let's check it out.
Look, I want to pivot now to Harry and Meghan. What are they up to? We haven't heard a lot from them in recent weeks, but what's next for them?
Well, what's next for them in this country is precious little, I have to say, and I don't see any prospect of that changing. Harry, under normal circumstances, would have expected to be here today for the wedding of one of his closest friends, Hugh Grosvenor, who's the young Duke of Westminster, one of our aristocratic buddies of the royal family. Now, Prince William is going to that wedding, and it's been decided, apparently, in a phone call between the Duke of Westminster and Prince Harry, that it would be better and easier for all concerned if Harry stayed away. I think you're going to see more of this. He's not really welcome here, and it's a very sad thing to say. And I cannot see that changing. There is still an ongoing legal battle over whether he's entitled to paid for government royal protection. It's been denied. He's appealed, and there will be another hearing. So one of the obstacles to him coming over, apart from the fact that he's got nowhere to stay, and he hasn't been...
But do you blame the royal family? No. Do you blame people not inviting them to their event or to any functions or whatever? No. Because people want it to be about them. You don't expect to invite somebody to your event, and you, the host, that is supposed to be the highlight of the party, it is your guests that is now the one of your guests that is now the highlight of the party. Like, make it make sense. Or let's say, for example, you have a private meeting, you shared an information, a particular information, and your highlight was for the information not to get out before it is due or before the due date. But no, there are some people that come in meeting that will decide to share the private conversation because they felt the need to. Like, would you trust that person? And let's even go back to this old saying where people say the walls have ears. Now, the walls not get ears. Now, somebody you tell story, now expose them. In English, the old saying that goes, the walls have ears. No, the walls don't. You obviously told somebody something or shared some details to somebody, and the person you told exposed you. The walls don't have ears. It's just magic word expression. It's just idiom. But let's even go back to this. Yeah, if people from the royal family or people don't invite the successes to their functions or to their events or ceremony or whatever, they have every reason to, because they want to keep it that way, and they don't need that source of attention or unnecessary attention, and that is it. But I mean, it's obvious they just the successes want to continue play the victim, because victimhood sells. So of course there is a market for it. There are people who will buy into the victimhood that is being sold, so they'll believe the victim story anyways. But let's go on.
Where to stay, and he hasn't been in the past invited to any of the royal palaces. One of the obstacles is his security, which he takes very seriously. I mean, my sense is that Harry and Meghan, they've just recently been on a tour to Nigeria, which they kind of presented as a royal tour. My sense is we're not going to see them welcomed here. Really, it's a sad thing to say, but at any time in the near future.
Well, look, I mean, it's unsurprising after all they've done to the royal family that they won't be welcomed back as such with opened arms. But look, I want to ask you about Prince Andrew now, because new details about his post-royal life have surfaced. According to The Sun, the Duke of York now mostly spends his days watching TV in a darkened room. What more can you tell us?
Well, Andrew really is persona non grata. I mean, there's no getting away from that. We know the background to this, his connection with Jeffrey Epstein, who was a convicted sex offender. We know all about this. I mean, my feeling is, the royal family are very short of active members at the moment. The king has got cancer. Yes, he's just been visible in Normandy for the D-Day celebrations, but he didn't stay there as long as he would normally have liked. Kate is out of the picture. Harry's gone. Under normal circumstances, Andrew would be front and center because he's a senior member of the royal family. But actually, it's so bad in his case that they want to boot him out of his house. And he occupies this big grand house in Windsor Great Park in the shadow of Windsor Castle, 20 rooms or whatever it may be. And he's a tenant. And he has a lease. And he ain't going. He says he ain't going anywhere. But they want to move him into the smaller house called Frogmore Cottage. Don't be misled. It's not actually a cottage. It's still quite a big house. And that's the house that Harry and Meghan were booted out of, which is where they used to live when they were here. By all accounts, Andrew is digging his heels in. I think there had been perhaps a moment where he might have hoped to sort of slowly get back into royal duties, but I don't think that's going to happen. He really is persona non grata.
Absolutely, he really is the disgraced royal. Tim Ewart, great to speak with you as always. Thank you so much for joining us this evening.
My pleasure.
Interesting. There are interesting things really going on or happening in the royal family. Yes, of course, there are always going to be people who will not want to be associate themselves with family, but want to enjoy the benefit, enjoy the title and all of that. But I mean, with everything that we see, it seems like lots of people just take some things for granted. And I always say that, especially with the time, with what is going on with the royal family right now, this is a crucial time, and it's best for lots of them to spend time with the family and stuff, because you don't know what next will happen. But this moment or this times are needed. But again, it seems like some people are really not interested in it, and at this point I don't think anybody's gonna force people to want down the throat to want to be part of the royal family and stuff. And I always want to believe that any decision that is made, especially with royal family, those decisions are made to follow protocols, and it's already thought through regardless. But let's even talk about Prince Harry for a moment. Him and his wife have said they don't want to be part of the royal family. They want to be part of the family when it's beneficial to them, or when they like. It don't make sense. They're just making caricature of the family and saying anytime they want to be part of the family should just accept them. They can do whatever they want to do. It don't make sense. You don't just up and leave anytime you want and come right there and say, oh, you're now ready to be part of the family should accept you. Like, no sane family would want anybody or want their family to embarrass them publicly and come back and act like nothing, and anytime they feel like they just go up and do whatever they want to do and come back, like, embarrass them over and over again. It gets to a point where it's overbearing and it gets tiring, and you have to pick which is most beneficial for you. If you don't want to be part of the family, then stay one side, and if you want to be part of the family, then stay one side. But it's obvious they are confused. They don't know what they want. They want the benefit. They want every other thing attached to it, but not the job to it. Like, it don't make sense. But this is interesting though. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment down below. I'm sure tons of people have interesting things to share. I really love you to share that. You can share other useful information you think might be really helpful. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and all of that stuff. And until next time, see you in the next video.